Alright, y'all. Bubba here again. I've been tagged by Bill Reese in something called Tag 5 8 Bushcraft Questions. I told him I'd do it. So, pretty basic. Just a video on some questions. The first question is the most memorable camping trip. I got two really memorable ones. One was when I was with a kid. One was when I was a kid. My family, my dad, and everybody, my Uncle Stu, and everybody was being goofy. Late night, can't sleep, giggling, talking, and my uncle, shut up, knothead, is all you hear in the middle of the night in this park, and you hear it over everything. It was great. The second one was with my ex-wife. We were in Tallulah Gorge. Tallulah Gorge. And we took 2 military sleep systems, and we were sleeping in a tent. And it got to I want to say 18 degrees that night. And we ended up, that's when we learned that you could actually put both military sleep systems together and crawl in them together inside both of them. They snap together. And it was cold. It took us a while to figure that out. Don't know why. We just didn't know. That was crazy cold. Very memorable. And for you Yankees, yes, 18 degrees down here in Georgia is very cold. All right. Number 2, solo or group camping. I like to go solo camping, but to be honest, I like group camping, but I like small groups. 1 or 2 people, like me and one buddy, or me and 2 buddies, or me and an old lady, or just minimal people. That's how I prefer it. No, I do like the giant group camping like they do with the Georgia bushcraft. I do like that. That's a lot of learning, a lot of people, but it's not my preference. I think 1 or 2 people in a group camp. That's my preference. Favorite knife. Like Bill Reese said, depends on what I'm doing. My knife preference would change. If I'm carving something, I like my Opinel. I like a Mora. But this is what I carry every day. This is a Kershaw Cryo, I believe is what it's called. It's really old. It's beat up. The tip was broke. Sanded it down, so now it's a drop point. It got lost. My brother borrowed it, got lost, and it ended up underneath a trailer. So it's got all these spots where I took the rust off of it. Right here, I don't know if you can see, it's where it got electrocuted. Using it to do something I shouldn't have been doing. It got electrocuted. But that's probably my everyday carry knife. When I go out on the weekends or go camping or anything like that, I always take this setup. It's got an Opinel number 8, which I love for carving and doing small things, and makes a great steak knife because it's stupid sharp. And in the top, I have my BK16, which I really enjoy. It's good, thick, not too big, not too small. I like it. But it's a beater kind of a knife. I beat the hell out of it. And my next favorite, I really like this one. My buddy Blake Watson actually gave this to me for my birthday. It's an SE5, I believe. Put custom handle on it, G10 liners. Gave me a Kydex sheath for it. I really like this one. I haven't used it a whole lot. Probably maybe 3 or 4 times total I've taken it out. I didn't like it because the sheath is too noisy. You hear all that when you walk? It just rattles when you walk. I didn't like that, so I'm gonna make a leather sheath for it eventually. But I really like that knife too. Alright. Where did you learn bushcrafting skills? Well, I learned bushcrafting skills just growing up. Playing in the woods. Daddy taking us camping since we was kids. But Dad always did like car camping, I guess you could say. He taught us how to set up a tent, how to tie knots, how to strap things down, how to do all the little basics, how to start a fire, the teepee or the log cabin and all that different stuff, your tinder and whatnot. Never called it bushcraft. I didn't hear about bushcraft, the actual word bushcraft, for several years, probably a couple years ago. But after that, I pretty much taught myself everything I wanted to know or heard about and thought I might want to do it. I decided to go do it. I'd watch videos on YouTube. I'd find friends. I'd hook up with Georgia bushcrafters and go learn things from them. Just anybody that knew something that I wanted to learn how to do, I'd go learn how to do it with them, or I'd teach myself by trial and error. Lots of trial and error. That's how I taught myself how to tan deer hides. Printed out. Oh man, there's probably more ways to tan a deer than there are to skin a cat. Yeah, I said it. But printed out 1,000 different ways to do it and tried them and found my own, basically a little bit of this, a little bit of that, what worked for me, and just do it. Try and try again. When you fail, do it again until you figure it out. So, question number 5. My favorite fire starting method. Favorite fire starting method is probably flint and steel. I really like flint and steel. I usually got one laying around here. I know I do because I just made some strikers. Where'd I put them? That's not them. Either way, flint and steel. I was going to show you because I like making the char cloth. That's something fun to do at camp. Cutting up old t-shirts or playing around, make you some char cloth. And I like taking the flint and the striker, and I like trying to, you can kind of watch the sparks fly when you strike it. I can't show you right now, but hell, you ain't gonna be able to see it in the daylight like there's no ways on this camera. But just strike it. I like doing it because it pops. You got to watch the sparks go from the flint onto your char cloth, and I really enjoy doing that. And it's just kind of fun to me. But of course, like Bill Reese said, you know, a lot of these are the same thing. But I carry a lighter everywhere I go. I got probably 3 big lighters in my pocket. I got several in my bag. I got 2 or 3 in the dash of my truck. I keep lighters because they're just quicker and easier. But never forget to learn the other things because those lighters will run out. All right, most essential piece of kit, number 6. My most essential piece of kit. To me, I'd probably say my hammock. My back's messed up now. I got a bad disc or something I did recently. And I've gotten to love my hammock a lot more than I used to. Originally, I liked my hammock just because it's more comfortable than sleeping on the floor. Didn't wake up with hurting hips and knees. But now it's, oh man, it's heavenly. I'm grateful the Lord let somebody design something like that. And we get to use it and enjoy it. I really like my hammock. I don't go anywhere without my hammock. I got one in my toolbox at work. I got one in my truck. My daughter's got one. I've got one in my go bag or camping bag, whatever you want to call it. I got those net hammocks too. I like hammocks. That's probably the most essential piece of kit I got. Because I can do without anything else. I could figure out how to make something in the woods. Rocks and sticks. And I could figure it out. But sleeping on the ground, I do not like anymore. Where are we at? Number 7. Do I carry a bug out bag in my vehicle? No, I do not. But I drive a really old pickup truck, so what I do is in the back door panels of my truck, I've got gear, I've got rope, I've got a poncho, I got hiking poles in my truck I keep in my truck. I got, in my toolbox, I've got an axe, I got another tarp, I got MREs back in the door panel. I got MREs. I got bug spray. I've got a canister of fatwood in my front door panel. I got a little small Altoids tin. I know there's some around here. Altoids tin with the flint and steel kit in it. Like I said, a couple lighters in the dash. In my other door, I've got a small tool kit. I've got a tool bag in the back. I've got a couple good knives in the truck, more rope. So basically I have a bug out bag in my truck. So if I'm going somewhere, I need something, I'm always in my truck or my truck's there, I've got anything and everything I could think of usually. So no, I don't carry a bug out bag, but I do have my camping bag, bug out bag that stays ready all the time, sits on the floor right here around the corner, and it goes everywhere I go. If I'm going somewhere, it goes everywhere I go. But you know what I mean. Like, if I'm going camping or I am intending to go do something, I take my bag with me. But normally, I've got everything else you can think of or need in my truck. I've got it. So no, I don't carry one. Number 8, alcohol, wood, or gas stove. My preference is wood. I want to buy me one of those fireboxes, I think is what it's called. One of those little metal flat grates that fold up and basically fit in your pocket. I want to buy one of those. But usually I prefer to cook my food over a little small fire. But I also carry one of those little small gas canisters in the pocket rocket stove, basically, because it's quick, it's easy. I wake up in the morning, I want to get me some water boiling, I go ahead and hit it. In the evening, I'm tired, I don't feel like starting a fire, I just want to lay down and go to bed, take my pocket rocket, boil me some water, make me some dehydrated food real quick or something, cook something real quick to eat. You can even cook a hot dog over that pocket rocket. I've done it several times. Or sausage. If you're cooking sausage, you want to hold the hot dog or the sausage, at an angle so the grease runs down and not into the pocket rocket, because it makes a mess and it flares up. But yes, I do carry one in my bag, but my preference is wood. But yeah, that's it. Those are the 8 questions, bushcraft related questions, asked to me by Bill Reese from Instinct Survivalist. I'll put a link down here below so you can find his channel. And I'm supposed to tag 5 people, but the 5 people I've asked haven't gotten back to me. And 3 of those 5 I know do not do a whole lot on YouTube, but have channels. So I don't know. If there's no tags below for anybody else other than like 2 people, I apologize, Bill. But that's the best I could do. But I do appreciate y'all watching. Do me a favor, like it, subscribe, share it, tell your buddies about it, and get out in the woods and have some fun. Oh, the reason I'm in the house, it is a swamp outside. It hasn't quit raining in, 2 weeks? Not just Georgia, I think the whole East Coast. Helen's flooded. My yard's a swamp. It's just nasty outside. I can't wait for a little bit of chance to get outside and actually do something without either sweating to death from it being a swamp or raining on you. But today's probably the sunniest day we've had. But alright, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Do me a favor, come back next time. God bless y'all and have a wonderful week. Thank y'all. Bye.